A fall from the top is turning into one of the biggest stories of the 2026 Formula One season. Just 12 months ago, McLaren was the team everyone feared. Today, the reigning Constructors and Drivers' Champion sits only third in the standings with 141 points after 7 races, and, most importantly, without a single Grand Prix victory. For a team that dominated much of 2025, the contrast is impossible to ignore. The warning signs are everywhere. After the first 7 races of 2025, McLaren had already collected 5 wins and 279 points. This year, the picture is completely different. Miami briefly created hope when the team secured a sprint 1-2 finish and introduced new upgrades to the MCL40. Many believed another comeback story was beginning. But Canada, Monaco and Spain quickly exposed a much harsher reality. The pace simply wasn't there when it mattered most. And the reasons go deeper than many expected. The battle against Max Verstappen during the 2025 title fight came with a hidden cost. Time and budget are limited in Formula One, and McLaren paid heavily for last year's championship push. The 2026 car arrived for pre-season testing in Barcelona almost at the deadline. That delay may not sound dramatic, but in the first year of a completely new rules era, every lost week matters. While McLaren has been improving, its rivals have been doing exactly the same. And this is where the situation becomes serious. The team is recovering ground against Mercedes, reducing a gap of 8 tenths in Melbourne to around 3 tenths in Barcelona. But catching up is no longer enough. To start winning again, McLaren must not only recover what it lost, but also overcome the constant development progress of Mercedes, Ferrari and Red Bull. That is a much bigger challenge. This changes everything. Then came another setback. Reliability issues with Mercedes power units hit McLaren particularly hard early in the season. Only Lando Norris finished the opening race in Australia. The situation became even worse when both cars failed before the start of the Chinese Grand Prix. In a season built around understanding entirely new regulations, losing valuable track time was devastating. Every missed lap delayed development and made future upgrades harder to perfect. But reliability is only part of the puzzle. The biggest mystery may be the tyres. Last season, McLaren was considered the benchmark in tyre management. Some even created wild theories to explain its advantage. Now the opposite is happening. The MCL40 operates within an extremely narrow tyre window. If conditions move outside that range, performance drops sharply. Montreal exposed the weakness in cold conditions, while Barcelona's higher temperatures helped the team look more competitive. The problem has been identified. The complete solution has not. There is also growing concern about Oscar Piastri. Although he remains only 5 points behind Norris in the standings, his recent form has raised questions. Earlier this year, he looked capable of leading McLaren's revival. However, over the last few races, his performances have not matched expectations. Team principal Andrea Stella pointed out that several top drivers across the grid are still adapting differently to the new regulations. Piastri appears to be one of them. That's the real issue. McLaren needs both cars operating at maximum level if it wants to return to the front. What makes this situation even more fascinating is that the season is far from over. McLaren believes more performance is still hidden inside the MCL40, and new upgrades continue to arrive. Yet every race that passes without a victory increases the pressure. A team that was once the standard of Formula One is now chasing rivals instead of leading them. The question is no longer whether McLaren can improve. The question is whether it can improve fast enough before the championship slips completely out of reach. And it may not stop here. What's your take on this situation? Share your opinion below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Formula One updates.